In my life, it was Ebbs. It was my fiance. You know, I give her a lot of credit, man. She's been she's a very, very strong woman, and honestly, that's why I think it's been a big secret to my success. I mean, she's always been the type like, man, don't you want more? She was the one that sat there and like, do you not see how great you are? Do you not see how badass you are? And I don't like to get my head too far up in the clouds. If you really know me, I'm just very chill. And she's like, dude, you're like, that should be you. We go to Las Vegas and see these DJs, and she's like, you and me both know that these guys suck. You could take these guys out with your eyes closed. She's like, you know, these guys are just producers. They're not DJs like you. Like, the problem with you is that you're this, and she'll tell me how it is. You're lazy, you'll do this, and it lights a fire under my butt. So for me, it was my partner. It was my partner that, you know, she puts me in check, and she'll tell me, and it's a growing process, man. Yeah. Because honestly, you know, going into relationships, that's, you know, if you're blessed to be in a great relationship, good. A lot of us have been in rocky, you know, shitty relationships, man, where it's just like, yeah, that's just life. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. And I've been with Ebbs for 18 years, going on 18 years this year. And let me just tell you, not everything is Instagram. Like, everyone will make you seem, oh, roses and oh, this and oh, that. Nah, that's just a show. You know, you don't know the cries, the tears, it's over. You don't know the reality of behind things. You know, that's just the honesty behind a relationship. It's sometimes you outgrow each other. Sometimes you go in different directions. The person you met 18, 20, 30 years ago isn't the same person that you're with now. For her, it was her putting putting me into check and saying, dude, don't you want more? Like, you are amazing and you don't have confidence in yourself. And hearing that, it lit a fire under my butt, man. It took a while because I was complacent in life for a long time. I was just like, I'm good. And I thought, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? You know, she's like, dude, you're good looking, you're this, and not that I'm good, but this is what she told me, and she probably just told me this because she's my girl. But she's like, you should shoot for the stars, do it. And I'm just like, and it's funny because I heard a lot of my grandma and what she was telling me. And when I lost my grandmother, she was like, my grandmother, when she totally approved of Ebony, because my grandma approved of nobody. And she called her Barbie, because if you've seen Ebony, she looks like a Barbie. And she'd always be like, ay, me lo vas a cuidar, and this and that. And it's funny because she knew my grandma. So, like, she knew her belief system. She learned from her. She heard her talk. She knew the way she raised me. She knew I was the chiple, but at the same time, she also taught me with love. So hearing Ebbs tell me and put things into perspective sometimes, I was hearing my grandma's voice. It was crazy. And I was just like, levántate, cabrón. Yeah. Do better. You know, get with it. See what you're capable of.
I had to, not only because of you, but also because, hey, there's people that believe in me, right? Like,
yeah. Wow. No, and I really do believe that God puts people in your path that need to be put in your path. You know, I'm a strong believer in that, man. I'm a strong believer in my faith. I'm a strong believer in, you know what? He wants us to live a life that he wants us to live the greatest life. He's for us, not against us. And Ebony, it's funny because she'll always tell me, she's like, why not? Do something that scares you. Like, do this, do that.
And one of the things that I have learned now that I'm more mature, is the importance of finding the right partner.
Yeah.
That's so difficult. Well, maybe it's not now that you have that mindset, right? But at the same time, because I was saying, bro, you are a DJ, nightlife. She's been with you for a very long time. And like you said, it's not been perfect, of course. But bro, she's with you, right? And you talk about her with a lot of respect, with a lot of love. So like, bro, like the importance of finding the right partner, because again, not only pushing you, but sharing that same mindset and kind of like the same values. So, espérame, even if you have difficult moments, we'll get through this, right? And bro, that again, and it sounds like you realize how lucky you are.
I am.
It is one part luck, but at the same time, in my opinion, is también no seas tan tonto y ayúdale a Dios. I understand kind of like the people that cross your paths, but también you kind of like have to mature and understand, like, this is a person that maybe is not long-term with me. And even though you fell in love, y ahorita estás así como perro que this is the best, this is the love of my life, I'm gonna marry this person, 5th one on Facebook for like in 7 years, by the way. The truth is, espérate, like, relájate, like, there's some things that you do have to think about. And again, for that, I think it goes back to perspective and self-awareness.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and that's every relationship. Honestly, I mean, if that was the case, then we'd be all with the first person we fell in love with in high school, you know. And kudos to those that have been, you know, up to now that have been, you know, that were
And they're
high school
still in
sweethearts.
love.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, because are you there because you're just there? Are you going through the motions? Are you there because you really love this person? You know, and relationships are tough. I always tell everybody, I was like, relationships are tough, man. They're not easy, and they're not for everyone. I understand that. You know, some people are meant to be in relationships, other people aren't, and that's just the sad reality of it. You know, I went through my phase of you had a playboy in the beginning, and oh my god, and this and that. I'm never gonna settle down, and then you know you meet that one person that you're just like, wait a minute, that's a little bit different, you know, and why was she different, you know, and everyone's always like, why do you guys? Man, we fight like cats and dogs. Man, ella me regaña. Yo vengo todo el tiempo regañado. And it's funny, but that's because of that, la quiero mucho because it humbles me. It puts me into perspective like, all right, dude, you know, no te creas, or don't be that way. And it's funny, once you find that one person, and if you're blessed in your lifetime to find that one person you click with, don't let go, don't give up, because there's times in relationships where people give up, and hey, you know what, you gotta fight. If you really believe it's meant to be, you know, it's gonna be a dogfight sometimes, man. Some people have it all, you know, roses all the way, great. Other people have it rough, man. Other people have breakups. Other people go through, you know, hell back and forth.